Welcome back to CruiseAway. Fabulous to see you as always, and don't forget that your holiday fix is here on Gecko every day at 10 a.m. and 2 afternoon shows at 1 and 4. Now in this show it's time to cruise away in Asia, with adventures coming up soon from Royal Caribbean, Princess Cruises and Cunard. We'll be heading to Hokkaido in Japan in search of bright spring flowers for April on the Diamond Princess, and Cunard's Queen Anne is ready to sail you for 25 nights from Sydney to Singapore in February for a glamorous modern classic cruising experience. They sound absolutely amazing, as does our first dream away with Royal Caribbean. On the 17th of February, we're off to cruise Indonesia on Anthem of the Seas. But let's work our way up to that slowly and calmly by flying first from Sydney over to Denpasar on Bali to enjoy 5 nights in a hotel in pure paradise getaway in the island of the gods. Sounds all right to me. Sounds a nice way to kick off a holiday experience. And this will be fantastic. I mean, what a lovely way to spend 5 nights in pure heaven. Pure, wonderful, white sandy beaches, turquoise waters, wonderful mix of culture and things to do while you're in Bali as well. You can visit ancient Hindu temples there. The beaches, of course, are just incredible. You can take wonderful off-roading tours to see the interior of the island. You can whitewater raft here as well. Treat yourself to some of the best massages on the planet, which is great. See the wonderful Balinese dances here and check out the local arts and crafts as well. There's also a monkey forest for you to explore in Ubud too. Now from Bali, we are then going to fly over to Singapore, and we are staying for 2 nights here in a hotel as well. I love the fact that we get to spend some time in Singapore. Often it is that kind of layover on the way to somewhere else, but to spend time in the city, which is just spectacular in terms of being just this wonderful mix of old and new, of skyscrapers and green, lush, tropical wonder. It's a great city to spend some time in, and you've got a good couple of nights there before we cruise. And we're cruising with Royal Caribbean, and we're cruising with Anthem of the Seas as well. I love Anthem of the Seas. She's an incredible, incredible ship. She is quantum class for Royal Caribbean, and listen, whoever you are, whatever your age, Anthem of the Seas just has something for you. It's brilliant. It's like a big wonderland. It's like a big theme park. It's like the best hotel that you've ever seen. It's like, you know, one of the biggest theatres that you ever would have seen somewhere. It's all of those things on this wonderful floating resort, which takes you from place to place to place. And that's obviously one of the big benefits of cruising, is that you can go and see different places. And rather than constantly having to unpack and repack and travel between one and the other, you've got one stateroom on your ship, and you just unpack into the wardrobe and then get on with your holiday. Then go and visit all of these wonderful places. And of course, remember, when you're on a cruise, you don't have to delegate a driver. You don't have to say, okay, you know, who's not having a drink tonight because they're driving us around. You don't have to wonder about finding taxis and making arrangements in unfamiliar places. You just literally just get on and everything is there for you. Everything you need is on board that ship. Fabulous dining, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There will always be food on offer for you one way or the other. You've got room service all of the way through available to you. You've got fabulous pools to enjoy inside and outside as well. And really, it's all just about sitting back, relaxing, and just having everything done for you. Your stateroom is being looked after, the beds are being made, everything's being washed and refreshed and whatever. You don't have to do that. You don't have to involve yourself in the cooking. It's just such a brilliant getaway. And of course, if you've got the kids with you, they're going to absolutely love it. And lots of things you can kind of do as a whole family. Their entertainment is spectacular as well. And it's very easy to work around your evening on board the ship, enjoying live music, entertainment, comedy, singing along, whatever it might be. You just have the most brilliant time. So let's enjoy 8 nights out of Singapore. First couple of days at sea, enjoying the ship. And we're in Selakan Bawang in Indonesia. The beach here is absolutely beautiful. The black sand beach, you can go snorkeling here. There are coral reefs. There's the House of Turtles. There's an aquarium, so much to enjoy. And then we're into Benoit, which of course is on Bali. And you can head to the Bali Collection shopping mall here. There's lots to see and lots to peruse there. And maybe go and see the water below at Tanjung Benoit for the crashing waves. Very nice indeed. Then on to Lombok. Lombok is, again, a wonderful island with a very, very slow pace of life. It is very much like stepping back in time before tourism happened and seeing everything at its most natural. Then your final 2 days are at sea before you disembark in Singapore and then fly back to Sydney. And the great thing about 2 sea days at the beginning and the end of this is you will need those to get to know wonderful Anthem of the Seas, and you'll just love and enjoy doing all the different things that you can do on there. Getting on the North Star, which goes way above the ship, doing some surf simulating, doing some surfing, doing all those kind of fun things while you're on board. The kids will just have a dreamy time because, you know, there are the kids clubs there, there's the pools, there's everything for them to enjoy, and you're going to have a great time, of course, if everyone has something for them, no matter what age you are. So this, for me, when I saw the package, I kind of broke it down into 3 holidays. Every one is completely and utterly stunning as well. So you've got your first holiday where you fly out from Sydney to Bali, and then you've got 5 nights in a hotel there. That's one holiday on its own, isn't it? And then you fly on from Bali over to Singapore, and then you've got 2 nights in a hotel there. We could make that longer if you wanted to as well, and move the dates around slightly, not a problem. But 2 nights there in a hotel, that for me is like a nice little city break holiday. And then you've got the exciting cruise as well. 8 nights of Royal Caribbean fun, full on, absolutely brilliant for the whole family. No matter what age you are, you will just love Anthem of the Seas and everything she has. And then, of course, at the end of the cruise, we fly you back from Singapore to Sydney. Now, considering this is 3 holidays, when you start thinking about how much that could be, you start getting to top dollar price tags. But here at CruiseAway, our team are very, very clever at saying, right, okay, what's happening here? How can we string this all together? How can we make this the best it can be? And because we're booking on behalf of so many different people, well, listen, let me just show you. Let me just show you how good the deal is that we've got for you. Because that is 3 holidays. And that is one exceptional cruise as well with Royal Caribbean, which is full board. So much included dining, you know, the pools, the activities, the entertainment, so much. When you go to the theatre on Anthem of the Seas, you're not going to a box office first to buy tickets for that show, it's included in your fare. When you rock up to the dining room, you don't walk out facing a bill, it's included in your cruise fare. Sure, there are specialty dining restaurants you can treat yourself to if you want to, but there is so much included in your cruise fare. And great to have the time in Bali to go and explore it and really see it as you want to. The same in Singapore as well. So a nicely paced holiday as well for you. I just think it's a brilliant one, and it comes in under $4,000 each. Let's look at upgrades on Anthem of the Seas then for this holiday. That's 8 of your 16 nights is on board. So there are your prices for your ocean view and your balcony. If you're not familiar with cruising, by the way, the price on screen based on an interior stateroom, but you can then upgrade to one with a big window, picture window, so you can see out to sea. And then of course you can upgrade further to a balcony, which is extra space outside where you can sit and relax and watch the ocean waves and have a nice glass of wine, have room service deliver breakfast that you can enjoy out on your balcony, all of that fun stuff. It's brilliant. It's a great family holiday, it's a great couples holiday, and lots of people take many generations of family out on a holiday like this. It's amazing. And listen, if you're ready to book that one, just give us a call, 1300 408 6764, which is a free number. Let me give it to you again, 1300 408 764. There you go, I've remembered it now, and it's toll free. Next up for us, we've got a magical time of year to enjoy Japan and its incredible landscapes while it's in full bloom, where incredible shrubs and flowers are putting on their brightest, most dazzling displays. Our next cruise takes us in search of Hokkaido's spring flowers. Now, this is 15 nights and it starts on the 24th of April, flying from Sydney over to very exciting Tokyo, and you've got plenty of time to explore, enjoy and relax because you've got 3 nights in a hotel here. And I have to tell you, you are going to love Tokyo. If you have never been to Japan before, it is just so clean and friendly and wonderful and ordered and organised and just so stunning as well. I mean, visually, you can see some of the streets here. I mean, you would love just wandering around those in the evening, and you've got plenty of time to do that before we cruise. And when we do cruise, here she is, the only princess ship you'll ever need in this part of the world, which is Diamond Princess. She is very much accustomed to life in this part of the world, which means that the team on board have a massive knowledge of cruising this part of the world as well. And she's an amazing ship in terms of just how calm and comforting and wonderful yet great fun that Princess cruising is. It's very relaxing. It's great for everyone, again, of all ages. It can very much be a family cruise. If it's just a couples cruise, you are going to enjoy the very, very finest, just very comfortable cruising and very, very easy cruising as well, because rather than having a cruise card, of course, you have your little medallion, like a chip coin that you can keep in your pocket or clip to you, gets you in and out of your stateroom, charges at the bar, does all kinds of things for you, but you use it with the app as well. So you can also, on the app in real time, you can see what's open, which restaurants are open, what they're doing, how busy they are in real time as well. You can see the activity program as it's going on. You know, you can see all of the promotions and different things that are going on. So rather than having to, you know, forever go to guest services or ask people and stop them, you've got that literally at your fingertips. It's so, so good. And everyone can access the Princess app while they're on board, so you don't need even to have a Wi-Fi package to use that while you're on board. It's very clever, really. Look at the staterooms, just very, very calm, muted colours, so very relaxing for a good night's sleep. Wonderful bathrooms as well that are just so well appointed. Of course, you can go and upgrade to, you know, higher grades. There are wonderful suites on board Diamond Princess as well. Lovely balconies to enjoy. And that's a nice thing to do. Fabulous entertainment, of course, of an evening as well. That's what cruises are all about, actually. Just going and just drinking in all of the different opportunities, whether it's seeing a live show, whether it's singing along, doing a game show. Absolutely brilliant. I'd definitely be there in crooners, joining in. Be great fun. I love it. So we've got 10 nights of cruising and we're cruising in Japan. So this is very much about the destinations as well. Fascinating places around Japan that normally would involve a lot of traveling. But remember, Diamond Princess is doing it all for you. So we cruise out of Yokohama, which is the port for Tokyo, a day at sea, and we're in Kushiro, where you can look around Okin Lake, which is wonderful, with lovely little islands and hot springs nearby, and you can take a cruise on that lake as well. Very nice indeed. Hakodate is next on the agenda, and this is lovely because you've got the mountain there which you can take wonderful trips up. There are lakes around it that you can cruise, and there's also a ropeway there, and a cable car can take you right the way up to the top of that mountain there. Next we go to Otaru, which is just wonderful. I would love to go to a whiskey distillery because they just have the sharpest, cleanest, most beautiful luxury whiskies there. So you might consider that as an excursion opportunity. A couple of days at sea, we're in Jeju, which is South Korea. Has a sunrise park here, which you can go and tour the national park with South Korea's highest peak there, and maybe take a trip to the famous Loveland Sculpture Park. A day at sea, and we're in Omazaki. This has a wonderful sun beach, which is great for swimming, windsurfing and fishing. You can also take a tea picking tour here as well with local growers, which would be very nice to do. Disembark back in Yokohama, which is the port for Tokyo, and then we will transfer you to the airport to fly back to Sydney. Now that's a lovely way of doing Japan as well. If you've never been before, I think sometimes it can be a little bit daunting to plan a trip to just one place, you know, and put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. This is fantastic because you've got a little bit of everything. And remember, you've got some amazing countryside. I mean, it's the countryside and the scenery as well that this wonderful itinerary is focusing on, because you look at the time of the year, it's late April, everything's in full bloom. So you've got the wonderful, fantastic flora and fauna just everywhere around you, and everything is in full flow as well. The wonderful, you know, azaleas and rhododendrons, and, you know, everything's going on. It's just a great time to be there. So this for you is 15 nights. It's coming up in April. Your chance to visit and explore Japan. We include, of course, your flight from Sydney over to Tokyo, 3 nights there in a hotel, and then 10 nights of amazing cruising with Princess on the Diamond Princess in search of the Hokkaido spring flowers. And you end the cruise in Yokohama. We then transfer you to the airport in Tokyo for your flight back to Sydney. And I tell you now that people are spending a lot more than this number here just taking relatively short breaks in one city with flights. The great thing is you have that pick and choice of different places to go and explore and to go and seek out their wonderful, just wonderful attractions from way back when to the modern skyline in Tokyo as well, because you're spending some time there. This is a superb price tag, I have to say. Now, we talked about upgrading your stateroom. Let's look at the prices for that for this particular sailing. This is 10 nights of your 15 is on the cruise on the Diamond Princess. And of course, you might also want to take advantage of something called Princess Plus with Princess, where you can make your cruise inclusive. So to include things like drinks and extra dining and room service delivery and things like fitness classes and an Ocean Now delivery, which allows you via the app to order food and drink to the very spot you are on the ship, which is great. Now that comes in at $65 per person per day, and it is well worth doing it, because a drinks package can be easily more than that on a per day basis. So you might just want to think about that. Most people do, a lot of people do. You look at your drinks price, for instance, there as well on the drinks package, which is very, very generous, lots included in that. So that might just be something worth thinking about if you're going on a trip like this. Just makes the budgeting a little bit easier. You can do that when you book with our team. 1300 408 764 is your toll-free telephone line. And don't forget, of course, every single Princess cruise right the way around the world, and lots of wonderful special offers. You'll find them on our website at cruiseaway.com.au. And actually, when you go to the website, if you go right the way down to the bottom of the website, there's a section there to put in your email address to sign up to get the latest updates. And we email out on a very regular basis, actually, probably about once a day actually. We'll send you the very, very latest flash sales, offers, special promotions, and new cruises that are coming along. So if you want to stay up to date, then sign up via our website. Right then, our final offer in Asia in this show sees Cunard's Queen Anne, the latest addition to the fleet, right here in Sydney. How would you like to cruise on board for 25 fabulous nights on the 28th of February? Well, let's go and have a look on board first. Now, Queen Anne is amazing. She launched only earlier this year. She is the 4th and latest addition to the fleet. In fact, I haven't heard, because there was a decade between the last launch and Queen Anne with Cunard, so now 4 in the fleet. I haven't heard any news about any further additions to the fleet, which keeps it very, very exclusive. Now, this is Cunard, but with a modern twist as well. So all of the classic features of Cunard, so the wonderful smart elegance, the wonderful way that everything is done, the wonderful afternoon tea and white glove experience, the Royal Court Theatre experience, but with slightly more updated decor for the 21st century, and I love it. It's very, very nice indeed. So still that same very, very opulent dining of an evening. But bear in mind where we're cruising to here. Actually, the daytime on board a Cunard ship is very laid back and very casual and very comfortable. And then it's kind of in the evening where things kind of smarten up and everyone gets in their finery to enjoy a wonderful evening. Of course, they have the pub on board there. Fabulous array of restaurants, a lot of which are included. When you dine in the Britannia restaurant, that's where you'll receive the white glove waiter service there, the linen dressed tables, you know, big sweeping staircase. So the whole thing feels very, very glamorous indeed. You have got some specialty restaurants on board, which Cunard have started introducing. There's Tramonto, which is Mediterranean flavours. There's Ajiwa, which is a Japanese restaurant, with lovely signature tastes from there. Sir Samuel's, which is dedicated to the founder of Cunard, Sir Samuel Cunard, which is a steak and seafood restaurant. There are a couple of others as well, which are well worth treating yourself to along the way, plus a couple of trips to the Mariel Wellness and Spa, and maybe floating in the thermal pool or enjoying a lovely thermal lounger. Sounds just what I need. 25 nights then, starting with your overnight in Sydney, and then we cruise on to Brisbane. Of course, you've got the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary up in Brisbane there, and the South Bank, which is just forever changing, isn't it? There's so much going on there. Wonderful city just to spend some time. And this is great, actually, because quite often we neglect what's on our doorstep. We tend to cruise, you know, to the other side of the world, and sometimes we forget what's on our own doorstep. Of course, wonderful Airlie Beach, your gateway out to the Whitsundays and the Great Barrier Reef experiences. Daintree Rainforest, easily accessible out of Yorkeys Knob here. You've got the Botanical Gardens there and the Barron Gorge National Park. And these are wonderful things to maybe just go and visit, wander, take an excursion. Up to the top end in Darwin, Crocosaurus Cove always comes up. Time and time again, there will be an excursion to book on board to go and do that. But lots of very, very exclusive experiences that you can book on board with Cunard as well. So it's well worth checking those out. Manila, we're off to the Philippines next. The Rizal Park and Fort Santiago are worth discovering here. And you can head to the walled city as well. A day at sea and we are in Hong Kong. Now, we need some time here, so we have 2 days, an overnight. So you can wander through the Avenue of Stars. You can head up to Victoria Peak, go and see the big Buddha that you see there at the top picture, which is almost as tall as the Statue of Liberty. There are night markets. There's the nocturnal safari at the zoo. Oh, so many things. 2 days at sea and we are in Phu Mai, which is one of the ports for Ho Chi Minh City. Again, there are many other things outside of Ho Chi Minh as well. There's the Kangio Forest for lush mangroves, scenic beauty, the Mekong Delta, of course, and so much more. We come into Singapore, we stay on Queen Anne overnight, and then we disembark and then fly back to Sydney. Oh my word, that sounded very relaxed and very lovely, and something that you absolutely deserve. And when it comes to Cunard cruising, I think, you know, for a lot of people, they have been cruising with the same cruise line again and again and again and again, year after decade. And Cunard is something which is really special. It's something, I always say that if you cruise regularly, you have a cruising career. And Cunard is kind of like the pinnacle of that cruising career. And to be on the latest Queen, of course, she was only launched back in May. So still brand sparkling new. So it could be your chance to experience the brand new Queen Anne. Fabulous itinerary as well. It's really, really interesting, this one. Some of our own shores, which is lovely. So we're cruising around the corner and then on to Manila and Hong Kong and Vietnam, ending with that overnight in Singapore. So even some time to enjoy there before the flight back to Sydney. And bear in mind that the Cunard experience very much is, we're talking 5-star. We're talking really up there, aren't we? But look, the same amazing CruiseAway value that you expect right the way across the board is here with Cunard. Again, because CruiseAway are part of a bigger company of Dreamlines. We have a few different businesses here in Australia. We are worldwide as well. We are booking cruises on behalf of thousands and thousands of holiday makers every single year. And that's how we can negotiate amazing price tags for a package like this. It's incredible, isn't it? And here are your upgrade prices. Now, this is something you really want to look at with a Cunard voyage, because you either my thinking on a Cunard voyage is you either take the best value and then you spoil yourself rotten all the way through the cruise, or you invest a little bit more into the holiday and think about it less about the price and more about the experience of being on board and elevating that experience by maybe enjoying a balcony, or, you know, potentially, maybe it's a golden wedding anniversary or something really special, maybe going for the suite, because it's the kind of thing you might only do just once or twice ever. So it's worth saying, actually, this is about how special this is going to feel. This is about how long this will live in the memory. This is about the legacy of a holiday like this. It's incredible, isn't it, really? And listen, the number is always on your screen, 1300 408 764. That's a toll-free telephone number. As I said, our business is part of the bigger Dreamlines business, but us here at CruiseAway in Australia, well, we have been at this cruise business for a long time now.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Yeah, and you know what? Whatever you're looking for in the world of cruising, make us your first port of call, because we really can open up those very, very special savings around the world. All the major cruise lines as well. So whoever you want to cruise with, we've just shown you a few examples there. We've got some other shows running around at the moment that talk about the luxury cruise market as well, where you cruise on smaller ships with fewer passengers to lesser known destinations that are just incredible. And then we got the very, very best cruises and the very, very best deal cruises that are literally right around the corner. Whether you want to fly over to Europe or the Caribbean or Alaska, or whether you don't want to fly at all and you want to just cruise in and out of Oz to the South Pacific, or, you know, just around our own shores, it's an incredible way to holiday. And if you're not doing it yet, you should think about it. You really should think about it. Speak to people in your life that have done cruising and give it a try, because you can do just a few days just to test the water, pardon the pun. And I think you'll find you will love it. It's one of the easiest ways to holiday, and you get so much value for money included as well. Thanks for joining us here at CruiseAway. We're here every day on Gecko, don't forget, in the morning and the afternoon. So I know I'll see you back here soon. Have a great day.